everyone, welcome back. In this lecture series, we are going to learn about law of segregation, which is one of the important laws of the Mendel's. So let's get started. So when we talk about this statement, according to the law of segregation, the alleles, they separate during gamete formation. So whenever there is a formation of gametes, so the alleles separate during gamete formation. So let's get started and learn about it more by taking one example. So in order to take an example, we are going to take an example of a cross which is known as monohybrid cross. Now why the cross is known as monohybrid cross? Because we're just going to take a single character. That's why the name is there, mono. As you all know that Mendel has given 7 traits or the character. So out of those 7 trait and character, we are just going to take only single character for this example. So we are going to talk about the plant height, the height of the pea plant. So there the height of the pea plant can be defined in terms of either the plant can be tall or it can be dwarf. So out of these two, the taller one is the dominant character and the taller one is the dominant one and the dwarf one is the recessive character. So with all these details, let's start the cross. So the different things what we require for the cross are as follows. So the first one, we require the parents. Okay, so for this example, we are going to take a cross between homozygous tall and homozygous dwarf. So it is homozygous tall. So what will be the genotype? Capital T crossed with small t. This is the phenotype is homozygous tall, homozygous dwarf. Okay, so now according to the law, the alleles, they separate during gamete formation. Now let's write the gamete for this cross. So if we will separate them, so we will be getting capital T as one of the gamete. So the gametes are going to separate from one another. Okay, so for the F1 generation, the first generation, what are the things we will be getting? What will be the genotype of an individual? Just to reduce the complexity, we are taking only one of the allele from each parent. Okay, so it will be capital T, small t. So the condition in which this individual is present is known as heterozygous condition. And what will be the phenotype of this individual? It is going to be tall. Why it is going to be tall? Because there is a presence of capital T, which is a dominant character when we talk in terms of the height of the plant. So it will mask the effect of the recessive one, which is dwarf character. So this is how we get F1 generation. Now after this, if we will self-fertilize it, so we can get the F2 generation progenies also. So what did we get in F1 generation? We got capital T, which is heterozygous tall. Now in order to get the F2 generation, we are going to self-fertilize it. So these are going to be our parents. So let me just erase this part and mention it as parents. So what is the phenotype of parents over here? Both of them are tall and they are heterozygous. Now according to the law of segregation, what will happen? The alleles will separate. So we are going to get capital T, small t, and always to have a clear differentiation between gametes and other thing, it is better to write the gametes in the form of circle. Now, let us carry out the cross for F2 generation. Now, how are we going to get it for F2 generation? We will reduce the complexity by drawing a Punnett square. So let us draw a Punnett square over here. So this checkerboard is known as Punnett square. Here we are going to mention the gametes, whether it is female or male. Then you can write here the gametes, whatever we got. So it will be capital T, small t, capital T, small t. Okay. So here if you want, you can mention the symbols of the parents also. Okay. So let's fill up this Punnett square. Now what happened? How are we going to fill this Punnett square? So you just have to multiply the first this capital T with the male gamete, then the similar multiplication of this capital T with the another male gamete. Same thing for the small t. So let's get started. So whenever we are multiplying the first one, we will be getting capital T, small t, then this capital T, small t, small t, small t. So in this we are getting 4 progenies. So now let's see what will be the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio in this case. So what are the 2 different phenotypes we have? We have tall and we have dwarf. So looking at the different individual in the checkerboard, how many tall are there? So this one is tall, this one is tall, and also this one is tall, and the last one is your dwarf. So we are having 3 tall and 1 dwarf, right? So this is the phenotypic ratio. Now when we talk about the genotypic ratio, we have to consider the genotype of an individual. So what are the different genotype we are having? So we are having capital T is to capital T small t is to small t. Right? Now, when we see the checkerboard, how many capital T we have? We are having only one capital T. So, it will be your 1 is to how many capital T, small t? So, we are having 2 of them, right? So, it will be 2, and how many small t? We are just having only 1. So, it is going to be 1. So, the genotypic ratio in this case is going to be 1 is to 2 is to 1. So, with this, we have learned about the monohybrid cross, which explains us about the law of segregation, which is when there is a formation of the gametes, the alleles get separated. So, in this case, we have seen plant height as one of the example. So, out of the different 7 traits or character, you can use any single example in order to explain this law or monohybrid cross. So, with this, we'll finish off this session, and if you are liking my videos, like my channel, subscribe it, and pass a comment how the videos are going on. Thank you.